Welcome to Web Whiz. If you are interested in creating or do create ebooks, then this video will be of value to you. In this video, you will learn how to create a three-dimensional image for your ebook. What am I talking about? Let's see. The website we're going to be using is called 3d/pack.com. And when you go there, you can get a pretty good idea of what I'm talking about. At the bottom, you will see an image of a three-dimensional book, and by clicking on that book and moving your mouse around, you can view the book at different angles. So if you're creating an ebook or have an ebook and you want to create an advertisement, put a picture up on your website, or maybe use this as the cover image for your book, you can use this tool to create a three-dimensional image. And the way that you do this is you upload images onto 3dpack.com, 3d/pack.com, and it will create the book for you. So the images we're going to need in order to create this book for your ebook are a cover and a spine, which they call a side for some reason. You can also create a back cover if you want, but we don't really have to do that right now since this image is going to end up being two-dimensional. So you should open up any tool that you use to create images, or if you already have a image for your book, you can just skip this step. I'm going to open up Adobe Photoshop Elements, and once open, you can see that I have two images here, a spine and a cover. And I created to example just basically what you can, what it could look like. You can just create an image, a box with a color, whatever images you want on your book, and your name, your title of your book, basic stuff what your book should look like. Now if you want to know about dimensions, how you know what size the spine or the book cover should be, it's not very strict where it has to be a certain number. I'll tell you that the numbers that I used for my book cover were a width of 1800 pixels and a height of 2700 pixels. And for the spine, I used a width of 72 pixels and a height of 648 pixels. And of course, the most important thing really when doing this is just to have the ratio right. So you can make your book cover larger or smaller as long as it's the same ratio, which is approximately this size. You can basically just figure that out. Use my numbers. You can just divide or multiply the numbers to make it larger or smaller. It doesn't really matter what the size is as long as this ratio is preserved. So once you create your pictures, which you can just create by making a box, coloring it in, and putting on some text, you can just save those as either JPEGs or PNG files, which are the only types of files which are accepted by the website, and then just go back to the website. Once there, you go to where it says choose a cover, choose a backside, and choose a side. Click choose a file, and choose the file that you want. In this case, I have a cover example. Choose a side. I have spine.png. And I don't have a backside because it's not really that important to this tutorial. You can make one if you want. Then you can simply click Create 3D Box. And there you go. You can see that the two images I created are now on this 3D book. Now, you can see that it just basically fitted everything in. There's no back because I never created one. And you can rotate this however you want. You can even make it if you just want to see the spine and the cover, if you want to see the pages as well. Maybe you don't want to see the spine at all. You can just move this around to find the right picture that you want. Now, if you made your cover or spine too big or too small, you might see that the text or images on the cover or spine might end up getting pushed too far to the side so that it goes over the book. And if that happens, you can just go back and resize your text and image. So once you find that the correct image you want is right, so you find whatever position you want, you can just click one of these three buttons at the bottom to save the image. You can save the image as a .png, a .jpg, that's a JPEG, or a .gif. So for example, I could click PNG and it will save my book. And here is the picture. Right here, you can just right click and click Save Image. So that is how to create a 3D book. Now if you want to make any changes, for example taking out this logo, you can do the rest in Photoshop, maybe adding other things like backgrounds. But right now you have a pretty good picture for your 3D ebook, and you can use this in advertising, you can put it on your website, whatever you want to do with this. There's lots of applications, but that's up to you. So do what you want with this really cool tool. Thank you for watching this Web Whiz tutorial on 3d/pack.com.